truly was the scariest moment when you couldn't see anything. I gripped my friend's hand and I'm like, we cannot see the road.
I feel like Elton John.
We got pictures. Look how and then the first 5 seconds of the video. Okay, pay attention to the brush. Just pay attention. We got Steph.
But Beso Pluma kind of made me.
And we passing by trees. We got to our first destination. Actually, what is this called?
Alpine something?
Yeah, Alpine something. Okay.
I love the wilderness.
How crazy. I'm literally really cold right now, so I still have to change.
I was seeing all these viewers now.
Good.
I was like, oh. I was like,
Ve arriba. Wait, what the? Arriba, para abajo, para centro, para dentro.
We finally, we spent literally
a microphone.
Oh, this is cool. Hours. An hour. And this freaking line is so long.
Can I hate me? But I've been borrowing her phone because my phone died. Dude, I'm chilly. I didn't know it was gonna be like this. But anyways, I've been borrowing Steph's phone. This is literally Steph's phone. And now She she's lost it in the bathroom.
it.
She made my phone smell like mierda. Diarrhea.
Oh man, I forgot about that. Okay, now we're gonna go to the Minecraft shops. Are you?
No, probably not.
Baila, baila.
Steph complaining about the weather.
I know, I looked at the wire. I think it's you know,
We're about to try
exactly.
Guys, look how tired I am. I literally went out, as you saw from the video, went out already. So.
Sucks.
Like, my face is crazy. Anyways, we're gonna try this hot chocolate at this place called Gelato and Tea House.
Yeah,
How cute is it?
no.
Honestly,
Oh, he's good.
we're gonna get
possibly
get some hot chocolate. Little. Look at that. The little hot chocolate. My skin is getting really bad.
We're gonna go check out the Airbnb and actually see if the power's out, but we don't know. So still with the levels. I'm still holding tight.
All right, we're gonna go see if our Airbnb has power. Oh, this is the most California thing ever. I was like trying to explain to someone that people in California will literally like take
some light. I was like,
no, they'll take a picture with like a pot of snow. I was like California core.
Or they bring it home with them.
They're like, no, I feel like that's exactly what those people are
And then
doing
it
right
melts.
now. Those people that just parked. I have to pause it here because basically right before we went into the Airbnb, our friend had another friend of hers that was staying in Big Bear, and she saw her and texted her, was like, hey, our Airbnb doesn't have power or light, like there's a power outage in Big Bear. And we're like, maybe we haven't been affected, we haven't heard anything from like the Airbnb themselves. But we go ahead and go to our Airbnb and we find out there's no power and there's a storm coming. And the reason why they did a power outage is because they don't want any like fires, to prevent the fires and stuff like that from happening, because there's going to be high winds. So at that point, we're in the Airbnb and I'm like, dude, I'm so tired from the night before, as I was telling you guys. I was so tired, so I like took a nap. But meanwhile, my friends were in the other room. Like, you know when you're like napping, but you can also hear them in the other room? They're basically deciding like, do we leave right now or do we stay the night? Because there's no heater, there's no power. Like, it's not worth it staying here. And at the same time, I hear one of my friends like try to flick one of the lights open and she gets electrocuted. So another sign that this was just all gonna go wrong. It was just like a little shock, and she's like, dude, I think I just got electrocuted. At that point, we're like, yeah, we should probably leave, because we're not gonna be able to like stay in this Airbnb that has no, I don't know, that doesn't have any heat. Anyways, at that point, we're like, okay, let's just leave. We're just gonna have a movie night, go home, have a movie night, and do everything that we were gonna do here, which was like facials, Korean barbecue. We'll just do it at my friend's apartment.
Let's go home. wind came through.
That wind is strong, guys.
As we're leaving, we start seeing a bunch of cars leave. But then we see the lake and we're like, let's take a picture by the lake. And all the videos were like, yeah, like it can't be that bad, right? I think that should have been our sign that there was going to be a really big storm, because as you can see, the clouds are looking real gray and it was going in so fast. Like the fog and the clouds were coming in. It was something that I had never seen before. Anyways, at that point, we're leaving Big Bear, and at that point, there's a bunch of cars trying to leave. And so we're like, okay, we're fine. But then it starts getting really foggy, and there's a line of cars to the point that my friend puts on her emergency lights, and she's like, hey, Nat, I'm really, really nervous. And I'm like, oh my God, like I try to play it cool, but I'm like, oh, it's fine. Like we're there. Like we're behind these cars, we're fine. But there were seconds where like you can only see the lights of everyone else's cars going flashing. Like we're going in like a lane, everyone's trying to go down the hill, right? And it was scary because the fog was coming in so strong. And then at some point, this is where another up happens. At some point, I see like the snow plow machines coming through, and I'm like, okay, but there's no snow. But the reason they were going through was because there was rocks falling because the wind was coming in so strong. And then from one moment to the next, my friend's car that she just got, like literally we roll over a rock and it's like a thump, like boom, and instantly, because she has a new car, it literally shows like this third tire, like it's gone. Basically it's showing red, but we don't know what that means because we're like, I don't know what this means. And I'm like, okay, we just need to make it to Lake Arrowhead, which is the next little town before you go down, and then we're good. I keep telling her, like, you know, let's just follow the road. I'm starting to feel the car go down. I was like, oh my god, this is so scary. I'm like, please, like we're almost there. Thank God we made it to the gas station. But at that point, we go to the gas station and we go to where the air tires are. We ask them like for help, and the guy's like, I don't really know how to help you guys. And sorry, I have to like fix this. At that point, I see like a Latino man, and I'm like, okay, he's giving dad core. So I just go to him and I'm like, hola, nos puedes ayudar? Like, hey, can you help us out? Like my friend's tire, I think, just got we ran over a rock. We're not sure if it's like flat or whatever. And he's like, yeah. And he brings out a little machine, and he like, basically the machine is like to see how much air it needs. And he looks at us, he's like, this is like flat. He's like, there's too much of a rip in between the tire. And so at that point he's like, I can help you guys put the spare tire that you guys have in the back. We find out that my friend's new car, they didn't give her a spare tire, which is crazy. Found out on Reddit that that's actually a thing with new cars. Like they're not giving spare tires out. Crazy. Anyways, at this point, we're like, okay, what do we do? I forgot to mention that my other friend has a car because she was going to go to Disneyland early the next morning. So she luckily has a car, and we go into that car. And my other friend is like figuring out her insurance because like flat tire, we still have 30 minutes to go down. Basically, I'm still kind of freaking out, like, now I'm starting to see that there's not a lot of cars going down and the fog is still heavy. So how are we gonna go down there? Like, it was already scary enough, like going down with a bunch of cars, but how are we gonna do it by ourselves? We made a good situation out of nothing, and we're like, okay, it is what it is. Then she called the tow truck, and we waited there for an hour, and it starts kind of hailing. We do not have snow tires, snow chains or whatever, whatever those are called, right? That you're supposed to have when it snows. But thankfully it didn't go into like the snow category, but they did say that there was going to be snow the next day. And at that point the tow truck comes in, and we're like, okay, thank God, like the tow truck's here. They're going to take her car to the dealer, and we pack everything into my other friend's car. And we're like, this is good. Like, we're going to go behind this tow truck guy going down the hill, right? Like, we have the lights, like we're good. We're guided good. 5 minutes in, guys, 5 minutes in, we're going. My friend's driving. She's pretty calm about it. I'm like, okay, we're good. All of a sudden, like the fog just, it was too much, guys. Like, it was like from here to like maybe 5 feet up or like 3 feet up, you couldn't see anything. It was just fog. At that point, we lose the tow truck that we were following. And it truly was the scariest moment when you couldn't see anything. And I remember I told my friend, I was like in the back, we had a bunch of things, like I'm carrying a bunch of things because we just put everything from the other car to this one. And I was like holding on to my friend's hand. I was like, please, dear Lord. I was like, Hail Mary. I forgot my Hail Mary. I was like, I don't even know. I don't know what's happening. I gripped my friend's hand and I'm like, I don't know what's happening, but like we cannot see the road. Like you could barely see the road. And at the same time, the cars are coming from the other side, the other lane, right? And you couldn't see them till you were like super up close. So there was like, we could have hit a barrier. We could have hit, like you couldn't see anything. You could have hit a car. Truly the scariest moment of my life. Like I truly was just like, I prayed. I was like, God, I will go to church. I don't know what's happening. I just remember just gripping my friend's hand and I was like, oh my God. And none of us were talking. All of us were quiet. And then it was just so scary. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but I was like, okay, we might end up on the news. We might not like make it out. Like we were going so slow. And even then you could not see anything. And I don't know, like, I was like praying for my friend who was driving. I was like, I don't know how she's doing it, but we couldn't even see the road. Like, I don't know how she was able to go from one end to the other end. Like just knowing where to go, and like it was, and it's a windy road going from Big Bear, so it was truly the scariest fucking thing I've ever been through. And then all of a sudden we all see the lights of LA and we're like, oh my God, the fog's like leaving. And we all just started saying, like, my friend's like, I've been crying in the front seat. Like, my friend that was in the front seat, the birthday girl was crying. I was, like, shaking. My other friend was shaking. And my friend that was driving was like, yeah, I didn't know that at one point I was going to hit something and, like, it was going to be it. And I was like, oh, my God. Like, we were all just so silent throughout the whole time that, like, we had nothing to say. Anyways, that was so, so scary.
How many people were scared? Me too. I was really, really scared.
A very scary near-death experience. That's a story time, but we did have like Korean barbecue.
Put this Latina to work in her unnatural habitat.
They caught me. They said you gotta be traditional, babe. Oh, we're making bulgogi right now. We survived. I'll probably do a story time on that.
We are eating. Yum, yum, yum. Also made salad. We didn't make the rice, so we're fake on that part. But I haven't seen healthy food in a while. We were eating like shit. Cook, I don't clean. And then spa night for the birthday girl. Do the time for the birthday girl. Natalie in the kitchen, what?
And we made a good time out of like what really wasn't great. We named ourselves like survivors. And my friend, like everything that we posted, no one would have thought that we like just survived a near-death experience. But oh my God, like there was a point where we called the tow truck company and we're like, hey, we lost him, like we don't know where he was, because he was going 40 miles per hour going down. That's how we lost him. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys stick around. Let me know what else you guys want to know, because I feel like I want to do more story times. I have a lot more things to say, but I'm just really grateful that I'm here. Like truly, I don't know if I explained it as well as like how it happened, but all of us were like, damn, we all thought that was it. That what you see on social media sometimes is not real. Okay, see you guys next week. I'm gonna be very consistent the month of February. Let me know what you want to know. I'm just gonna be yapping here, yapping. And yeah, thanks for coming, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hopefully stay for more story times.
Watching. That's a living.